Welcome back on the show. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We finally have our guest here. And if you were ever a fan of the Big Brother Naija show, you should know Tobi.
Yeah, especially if you were part of the craziness that was Big Brother Naija Double Wahala. Now, Tobi Bakre emerged as one of the finalists in Big Brother Naija Double Wahala edition, which concluded earlier this year.
But we know that he has moved on to a couple of other things since the show ended. And that's part of the reason we have him here with us this morning.
How you doing, Tobi?
Great. Welcome.
Good to see you. I'm wondering, my first question for you is, what does it feel like to have 1 million followers, 1 million people following you? Because there has to be some pressure there.
No, I talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
For me, it's more of, I've always told people, when it comes to social media, you shouldn't be too worried about the numbers. Because I can have 1 million followers, and someone who has 1,000 followers is benefiting from the 1,000 followers, not more than I, myself, that has 1 million.
With 1 million, yeah.
So it's more of, I'm concerned more about the people out of that 1 million that really support me, that believe in the messages I preach, that are ready to do whatever it is I ask for, and that believe in me. Do you get? Because it's a vice versa thing. So I give them value because I like to educate my community. So I'm educating them, and in a way I'm getting feedback and also learning from them. So it's not the whole 1 million that will give me that same response. So I'm more concerned about the community out of that 1 million, because people follow you for different reasons. Some for your fashion sense, some for the message you preach, some just because they liked you on Big Brother. So for me, I have to engage them beyond that, because is the value I'm passing to you. I want your life to be better because you're watching some of the things I do. So if I'm not able to achieve that, what's the point of having the million followers?
Good thing you mentioned Big Brother. You're out of the house now. You're back to reality.
Yeah.
He's been back to reality for a while.
How has Big Brother benefited you?
Personally, it just showed me a lot of strength I had. Normally in my day-to-day life, I was less adventurous. I was a banker and a photographer, so it was more of a routine life. Weekends, I go out, try to take pictures, party when I can. Weekdays, I'm working and studying for exams. So in the house, I got to try acting, tried my hands on hosting. I hadn't painted for 10 years.
You used to paint?
Yeah, I used to paint.
Wow.
Back in high school, it was a natural, it was a talent, and I loved it. So back in Big Brother house, I held a brush again, and I was still good at those things. So it just gave me the sense of I shouldn't limit my life to what...
It was like a playground for you.
Yeah, more like, okay, now you can experiment these things, and now you can actually make a living off of these things. So don't limit yourself. Yeah. So it gave me that.
I like when you talked about hosting, because it's one of the things that you've been pushing over the past few months. Tell us how that has been for you.
Well, personally, I'm learning more behind the doors, because eventually when I want to come out, I want to come correct. So I've had a few hosting gigs, Nigerian Teen Choice Awards, and one of the data shows. So for me, that's one place I really want to core in. So it's just going to be gradual, because it's not something you get best at immediately. So it's more of live and learn experience, try this, try that, and just keep learning. Because I mean, there are people who have done it over the years. So you look at those guys and it's like, wow. Yeah. But you don't know, they've had their days. So me, I'm having my days, you get. But I'm learning from them, and I'm learning from more resources we have in our time, YouTube and other stuff. So eventually I can always do better. So yeah, I'm taking hosting jobs here and there.
Besides hosting, however, what else do you do? You mentioned photography earlier. Yeah. Have you decided to take up the painting full time? What else are you doing? What are the things you've been up to?
I'm acting now. I'm on African Magic's Hustle.
Okay.
Yeah,
I read that.
Yeah, I'm on Hustle now. So that is more of kickstarting my acting career. So I'll be doing a lot more in the space of acting and hosting majorly. But photography is a passion for me. So at every point in time, I'm going to have those projects that tend to show my skills when it comes to photography. And then maybe next year I can commercialize it a bit, start taking bookings and whatnot. But for now, I really need to dig and plant, in my core areas, Tobi's acting, Tobi's a host, presenter, and then photography and all that can follow.
You are exploring some studio work, you were telling us earlier.
Studio work?
You said you were doing some stuff in the studio.
For me, one of the things I try to preach with my brand is versatility. Never really limit yourself. So coming out of the Big Brother house, one thing I never thought I would do is sing a song, be on a track. Like, if you ask me, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But it goes to show the power of collaboration, because it was something I was reading and learning from people. Like, you don't have to be great at it. Just learn to build on the strength of people who are great at it, and then you can produce something good. So I'd gone to the studio, and then Spyro, a great talented young musician, and then one and two things, I'm like, okay, this is not bad, okay, put a few lines here and there, and we came out with a track, Jackpa. And it sounded like, it's one of my favorite songs. I listen to it over and over again, and it just shows like the power of collaboration cannot be limited. So like, I don't need to be the best at it. Once I have a goal and I have a dream, okay, you are good at it, okay, I can come with this and that, and then we can make like a beautiful...
Toby, it looks like your days as an investment banker are long over. But this music thing you're talking about, you have to give us a taste of it.
They'll play, you guys
no,
can...
you will give us a freestyle.
We'll jam in.
How can you tell us? No, you have to give us a line. You said you rap,
I'm a performing artist.
You alone. No,
I'm a performing artist, not a talented artist.
I like that.
One of the things that I find, I've spoken with a few people that were in the Big Brother house. Life's lessons. Because sometimes, you know, you never really know people until you're in a confined space with them. You've read books like Lord of the Flies, where people were stuck on an island and they suddenly showed their true selves. Talk to us about life lessons in the Big Brother house.
In the house, like you learn a whole lot actually. Like if you pay attention to it, it can pass you by. It can easily fly over your head. But if you pay attention, you learn a lot about human behavior. Do you get? Because when I look at the Big Brother experience, it's more of a social experience. So, like from time to time, I still go back to like look at a few things. Like, okay, when 12 or 15 people are put in this kind of situation, some of them will react this way, some of them will react another way, and this is how I can leverage. Because one of the things I learned in the house is, imagine working with like 5 or 10 people. 8 of them probably don't like you. The remaining 2 are probably clueless about whatever it is you want to do. But you have to achieve a goal. So how do you do that? So you have to regardless of how you feel about them, you have to know, okay, this person can do this. This person can do this.
Yes,
and this is how I can relate with this person to get what I want.
Play to their strengths.
Do you get? So you play with their strengths and you know how to cover the weaknesses, and eventually you get greatness. So you just have to know how to use the resources you have and relate with the people you have. So I learned that a lot. So like, regardless of wherever I find myself in life now, it's going to be a failure on my part if I'm not able to achieve what I want because of the people there. There's always a way to play or get along with people. So
let's imagine you have limited resources and you're to put something together, a plate of food. What meal would you prepare?
What meal would I prepare? Limited resources.
Limited resources.
Feshelu. Do you know about feshelu?
Oh my goodness.
But you make with cold water. I just keep punching
it won't taste the same as eba now.
Well, it's warm water. I know it. I know that. I know that kind of eba.
But you know, everybody loves jollof rice. Do you like jollof rice?
I love it. That's our national anthem.
So we're taking you to the kitchen now.
Wait till you see what we have for you today.
Okay.
To show you a few things. Please join us.
All right. Right behind you.
Yeah, over here.
Okay.
Welcome to the kitchen, Tobi Bakre.
One thing I have to say about MM is that she likes fine gentlemen.
Yeah, no, I can't help myself. I actually do. I was going to ask you earlier about your fitness routine, but I think we'll just leave that later on.
Okay.
All right, so here we have Chef V, and he's made this delicious plate of jollof rice for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Please, I like to fish.
So Chef V, talk to us.
Okay, this is jollof rice, obviously.
Yeah.
We have our fried fish, we have our cucumber and egg for garnish. Basically what we did was we fried tomato paste that has pepper inside with curry and thyme. And then we have
food
this.
is ready. Voila.
Straightforward. Well, the fish doesn't look too oily. Is that something you do to
Let's just give it
He's always
to
doing
be and let us know. Have you been to Ghana before?
Yeah.
Have you had your Ghana rice?
jollof
Yes.
rice?
Which
Is this
tastes
Ghana
better?
jollof?
No, it's not.
No, like,
this is
please,
Nigerian jollof.
you want me to leave Nigeria? How would I choose another country's jollof over?
No, it was a test of your loyalty.
Exactly.
But let me leave
And
this English again.
you have succeeded. All right, so while that is going on, we have to start rounding off the show. Big thank you to our friends over at Homely NG for the kitchen accessories as usual. And of course, Fola's Place.
Yes.
For,
thank you so much, Fola, for styling our hair.
When is our philanthropist starting her, doing her food campaign?
Don't forget. And thank you to Fola's Place as well for styling everybody's hair, except mine. MM is going out today to give out.
Is it today?
To give out free food.
Wait, before you guys go on about MM, how
is it today?
Does it taste?
I like the crayfish flavor in it. It's amazing. So this is proper Nigerian.
Yeah, that's
so you have
what
a
we're talking about.
diet in your plate.
Ipeng, you enter.
And it's all right.
Thank you so much for watching today.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 a.m. Don't forget.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.